Urgot and Ari, the first two bands in chat here, and now we'll go into a regular tournament draft set of picks and bans.
Now that Urgot has been banned, yeah, Jack's ban coming out, of course. Jack's being very, very influential last game, being able to take down Baron very, very quickly in combination with Karthus. Very, very high damage hero, very beefy. Jax gets really, really high health values just from his innate abilities, because just building Phage already and a couple Doran's Blades makes you so tanky on him, and the fact that you can dodge every attack and then your ultimate gives you so much. I just got shocked. I got put in shock right there because they banned Udyr, and I thought they had banned it in chat again, but they actually had opted to ban Urgot in chat.
We just double hate Udyr. We want him banned twice.
Yeah, I was like, wow, you banned Udyr twice. That's a lot of hate.
If you ban Udyr twice, Riot actually removes him from the game for 24 hours.
Lee Sin targeted at SOAS. I was mistaken last game. It was my apologies. In the last chat loading screen, I thought Linek was their top laner. It's actually Linek is their jungler. SOAS is the top laner for AAA. So SOAS, the very mean Lee Sin.
Yeah, and not a bad Aurelia either. I just think Aurelia has been really back and forth. Since
No, I'd say she's still very good. And then the Nautilus fan for the jungle Nautilus, nobody wants to deal with that. The CC that guy puts out is just beyond dealable with, especially because his passive CC is already brutal because it doesn't cost any mana. It's just free stuns everywhere.
Yeah, I hate dealing with Nautilus, and the Shen ban too, which should be interesting here. We've seen Shen banned again. Not something most teams want to play.
And again, not even the Mundo pick. Not even Mundo or Nocturne or Kog'Maw or Corki. None of those heroes seem to be played by European teams. It's like two different sections of heroes are available to both clients.
Well, and it's funny, we were talking with Absolute Legends the other day, and you have both sides saying we can't wait to play, the North American teams, we can't wait to play the Europeans because we're going to get to play all our favorite champions. And the Europeans saying the same thing, the Americans don't ban Soraka, and they can't believe Soraka's not banned, and they can't wait to come play over here where they're going to get to use Soraka in all their games. And so you kind of had that. I mean, I think teams are starting to now, especially after what Dignitas has done with them. But you saw both sides kind of saying they were excited to play the other side because of the picks and bans.
Exactly.
But they work well here. I'm interested to see what we end up seeing for picks and bans in San Francisco. Again, because it's round robin format, everybody plays everybody. So we'll have both EU teams playing each other, both North American teams playing each other, but a lot of good EU versus NA matchups all throughout the weekend.
And they're gonna pick up Kog'Maw Soraka right now. Oh, that is just so powerful. Kog'Maw with Soraka gonna be very hard to take down, and he's just gonna get as much farm as possibly he can in bot lane. Gonna be very hard to push out of Soraka just because endless mana, endless heals. Kog'Maw staying in bot lane forever till he dies, basically till he dies. He's not gonna be forced to blue pill just from low health. He can just stay in lane forever. That's what Soraka does. That's the magic of Soraka. It's all in the bananas. It's the potassium. And now Kennen was the first pick for AAA. That's going to be top lane Kennen for SOAS. And they're going to go for Alistar. Not too sure if that's jungle Alistar or not. And they're going for AoE. AoE comp. That is a lot of CC. That is a whopping amount of CC. Now, I know what the counter to these team comps is Irelia, by the way. But Irelia can't do it by herself because she'll most likely die. So, if Navi is up for it, they could pick Irelia Zillion right now and basically win the game right there. And then pick Maokai. Like Irelia, the thing about Irelia, she can eat through every single stun that is thrown at her and just chop it down, just nom it down, and then just survive through all those spells because she's just so naturally beefy, even more so with Soraka's passive, which gives her an increased magic resist, and then if she has Zillion on top of that, she'll be able to come back to life and wreak more havoc, and they're going exactly with that. They're going to be picking Irelia. Love the pick. Irelia does exceptionally well against Kennen top. Gonna love to see this game. I am rooting for a Zillion pick from Navi right now. Corki gonna be picked up by AAA. Are they gonna do Corki Leona once more? It's their favorite lane for bottom lane. I think they're the ones who started it all. They're the original Corki Leona. Are we gonna get to see it again? They did somewhat well, but I think they had a hard time trying to kill. They had a hard time trying to kill Soraka Kog'Maw. I mean, anything with Soraka basically, and they are gonna do that. Okay. I think they may have more luck this time. Kog'Maw not being nearly as tanky as Urgot is. Come on, Zillion. Let's see that Zillion pick. Or they could most likely go Karthus again, but Karthus will get blown up every single fight immediately though. So not too sure how that would pan out. If they trust their Kog'Maw and Irelia enough though, they could go with a supporty type mage, or possibly even AP Janna, which should not be a bad idea, especially against Kennen Morgana. AP Janna would do just the job because she'll be able to fly everybody away. Or potentially even the Galio.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. We haven't even had a champion clicked on yet, so I'm interested to see who they lock in. This mid matchup against Morgana is always a pain.
Oh, whoa. Did not see that one coming.
Yeah, wow, I haven't seen Gragas played in a long time.
Gragas pick coming out now. I've seen a couple of Navi games, and they have played Gragas before, and they've done very, very well with him. AP Gragas, nothing to scoff at. He does a lot of damage. His ratios, I believe, are all above 0.8 in terms of barrel. His Q, his main barrel, and then his R is maybe a 1-to-1 ratio. I'm not too sure on that. Don't quote that. He does a lot of damage, though. He could be just what Navi needs, though, because his ultimate is a displacement move and could just disorient AAA enough to get them out of their comfort zone and not be able to initiate on the AoE 5-on-5 team comp that they want to play.
It doesn't show my 3-minute delay counting down. Is it showing yours?
No, I'm on 0:59 right now. If you have any on your friends list, you should probably. We should try to make sure that they didn't leave the game.
Yeah,
Did you just get an active game not found? Yeah.
Yeah, we've been getting that bug a lot here on North America. We'll give it a second to see if it loads in, and I'll message the players to make sure everything's going okay.
I sure hope they don't start without us. Nope, no countdown for me.
Yeah, me either. That's very strange. Well, let's give it a second and see if it brings us in. If not, we'll ask him to restart real quick. Still shows the players as in team select and not in game yet, so we will see what happens. We've had a couple of spectator bugs during this event. I hope this is not another one. Well, that's weird. Now it shows so as not yet connected.
Game 1 was won by Navi. It was a good game. It's quite close. No, this is not a rerun. I really like that backdoor at Mumu.
Now, see, we are going to play reruns of this later, and I'm really hoping someone asks if it's a rerun right before you say it's not a rerun in the VOD.
Oh, by now they should have gotten it into game, so they must be in game without us.
Yeah, I think they're going to remake.
I'm quitting spectating. I've quit spectator mode.
That was strange. But we should be able to get back in and get a good game going here.
EG versus CLG game. I think that's next week, right?
Yeah, Epic Gaming versus CLG will be next Saturday. That should be a good matchup.
Ooh.
And then we'll have the winner of this game against Teamless. And then EX HCL will be against the winner of SK Absolute Legends later today. And then the winner of TSM Orbit will face the winner of Legion Dignitas.
Yeah, Legion Dignitas playing today, correct?
Legion Dignitas have not scheduled yet.
Oh.
They had big problems with graduations all weekend, so we cut them a little slack. TSM Orbit will be playing tonight at 9 Eastern.
Oh, it was them. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll have that game tonight. I'm pretty sure you're casting that one as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that's you and Pluto if he's home.
Okay. I just want to get this started already. I have not received an invite.
Okay, they filled up the lobby. We're gonna have to add you.
And just got it. And I think I'm in. I just hit accept.
Now the lobby's full. It's gonna tell you that the lobby's full.
Oh. Alright then. What should I do?
Just go to custom games and I'll send you the password. Wait, somebody just left. They may shoot you another invite.
Oh, okay. Beautiful.
There's the password, though.
No, I just got an invite. Should be getting it anytime now. Already accepted. I'll just look for the game, honestly. This is taking too long. Who's the owner?
Navi Cotenex.
Alright, I'm
There
in.
we go.
Let's do it. Game 2. Game 1 went to Navi. Let's see if AAA can make it game 3.
All right, perfect.
Jungle Alistar. Whew, haven't seen that thread in a while. Very strong early game. So strong early game. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, those ganks are going to be tough. Interested to see if he tries to pick on the Kog'Maw or not.
I don't think they're gonna go for bot lane early. Let's see. They are first pick, which means that AAA is sitting on blue side. So then Alistar needs blue buff level 1. So if he was to start at blue and he wants to gank bottom, he'd have to waste quite a bit of time. I think he'll most likely be paying a visit to top lane quite a bit, and middle. Maybe harass Mundo a little bit. But going to bottom will most likely not be worth it because like 99% sure that Soraka will be warding Tribush and then probably River. So they'll most likely not be caught out of position because they still have to play very, very passive against Corki Leona. So they're going to be sitting very, very far back. So any attempt to dive them or gank them so early will most likely be spotted by a ward. So I'm looking at Alistar to just be camping the solo lanes, trying to harass the jungler a little bit. And if you think Alistar jungle is strong in 5s, wait till you play against it in 3s in Twisted Tree Line. That is a nightmare. That is one of the worst experiences I've had in Twisted Tree Line. It was so... I literally could do nothing. Especially, only like Tryndamere could escape his ganks. And the amount of AoE damage and CC that AAA has right now, it's pretty nasty. It's a lot. It is a lot of damage. Not even Mundo's passive, Mundo's Burning Agony or Aurelia's passive is going to be able to withstand all that, I think.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. Oh, we have the Kennen Aurelia lane again. That's going to be fun to watch. I think we've seen pretty much every team that played today and a couple of teams yesterday try that lane at one point or another.
And the Aurelia won every single lane.
Yeah, by late game, pretty much. There was the one game where Kennen got a bunch of early kills, but pretty much by late game, Aurelia managed to pull the victory off every game.
Yeah. Aurelia is a very powerful hero. True damage will never be underrated. It'll always be useful. If you think about it, every hero that does true damage right now is still very, very good. So Aurelia, Ahri, Olaf, Corki, Cho'Gath, Kog'Maw with his passive, Vayne, Ahri. Did I mention Ahri?
Yep.
I think that's it for true damage.
Alrighty, well, I'm going to throw us to a quick commercial break, and then we will be back with Game 2 of Against All Authority versus Na'Vi. Na'Vi is up 1-0.
45 seconds before we get into the game. Pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this one. I've been enjoying watching this top lane duel between Aurelia and Kennen. It seems like the Kennen's usually picked first, though, which I guess would make sense. The Aurelias keep winning the lanes, so a lot of people picking Aurelia then as the counter to Kennen.
Yeah, she does very well. She's not the easiest laner to beat, but she does have counters. So, not a hero you on the first pick.
Alright, here we go into game.
jumping right into it. Ooh, Leona starting up with 5 wards and 2 potions. Haven't seen that opening in a while, so that is a lot of ward coverage. Unlike Soraka going with Fairy Charm and 4 wards and 1 potion, so Soraka definitely taking gold for 5, the gold mastery, so most likely running 21 utility. And you can see she is, but right off the bat because of the gold difference already. We just began, nobody has done anything, and it's 2.3k gold to 2.4. Right now, aAA converging on top lane, gonna make a play on their blue buff, on the Tribush. Binding whiffs it. Irelia was there already. Manages to spot them. Many pings go down from Navi onto the Wraith bush. Meanwhile, Soraka gonna be warding AAA's Wraith entrance. Navi. And then AAA roaming around the enemy's red bush.
Yeah, interesting to see if Navi's going to make an attempt at going in after him. I don't think it's a good idea. Because they just don't know where everybody is, but they will be seen if they come out at mid here.
They most certainly do have the better level 1 team though, with Alistar, Morgana, Leona. That is a lot of CC and high damage coupled with Corki's true damage. And Mundo is actually trying to make a play on their base, but will actually choose to back out. Does not want to be caught out there.
Yeah, and it looks
Not
like
against
they'll just go back and start their normal jungle patterns now. Yeah, we see the leash here for Linak.
Yeah, Alistar getting an exceptional leash. We're gonna see if he gets a good enough leash to use Smite or not. Because if he chooses not to use Smite, that means he's most likely gonna be going for a quick red buff. While Cog and Soraka take Wolves, Corki and Leona take double golems.
Yep, and Smite was used by Alistar there, so he's going to be a little slower on red.
He's actually going to be going for his race now and his red buff, so what that tells Navi is that Alistar is not in any position to gank, so they feel free to go as aggressive as they want, as overextended as they want. As long as they keep vision on Alistar, they can do this. They can just play as aggressive as they want throughout the entire game, basically. If they have vision on the enemy ganker, on the enemy jungler, whoever's going to gank them, as long as they know they're far away from him, they can do whatever they want. And they're actually going for a blue buff invade. Okay.
Yeah, Mundo backing off and just going back over to his wraiths.
Navi not able to retaliate in that because of Alistar Morgana Leona is way too much CC to handle early game, so not even Mundo can withstand their damage this early.
Yeah, and looks like they know where Linak is. He's going for red now. Mundo already at top, possibly going in on Kennen here. There is no ward, so Kennen does not know he's there. It's going to come down to whether or not Irelia can get in and get some sort of stun off. And not actually able to hit anything, so they're going to have to go back into the jungle for Mundo and back to farming for Irelia. Kennen actually chasing Mundo pretty far into his own jungle. I don't know what he's planning to do here. Looks like they were trying to set up a kill there on Mundo, but he pretty much just got out pretty easy. And Irelia just farming up top this whole time. Kennen is losing CS, not a whole ton, but he's definitely losing CS, taking time to try to find Mundo. Only down by 3, though. Possible Alistar gank here. And very good job by Corki pushing Kog'Maw back into the tower. Alistar just stealing golems there. And everything's staying pretty calm right now. No ganks, neither jungler really. Wait, here comes Alistar possibly in behind Gragas, who has no mana. Forced to burn flash there.
Good gank by him. Wait. Yeah, good gank by Alistar. Forcing the flash from Gragas. That's going to come in handy very soon because Morgana's almost level 6. In 2 more levels, she will be able to kill anybody in mid lane. So with the help of Alistar, if he basically pays a visit, they should be able to take him down quite easily because Gragas' ultimate will not be able to displace Morgana, not through Spell Shield. I mean Black Shield. And Black Shield is one of the main reasons for many Morgana deaths.
Oh, and here comes Alistar in here. And looks like Gragas could be in some trouble. Mundo is there. But, oh my gosh, just barely getting out.
Auto attack would have killed Gragas. Oh my goodness. One measly auto attack.
He does manage to get out and go back.
That was before the fight. Gragas had actually used his Drunken Rage. Drunken Rage reduces the damage taken, the damage dealt to Gragas by quite a significant amount. I believe early ranks is somewhere around 10% Gragas less damage taken, I guess that's what you call it. And that, I think, saved his life.
Yeah, and already back in lane and farming here.
I would have expected Morgana to use Ignite first before using her entire spell sequence. That way she could have gotten the 5 bonus ability power from the mastery. So if she would have done that, that would have definitely picked up a kill on Gragas. But it's little mistakes like that, or I guess you don't want to call it a mistake, but it's the little things that count.
Yeah, and just something that you wouldn't even think about, just the order you use your abilities in. You're just thinking trying to get in there, do some damage. But yeah, it makes a difference in the end. But besides that gank there, it has stayed pretty passive here in the beginning game. And you can understand that usually in a game too, if there's going to be aggression, it's going to be from the team that won game 1. You don't want to give up anything quickly when you're already down a game in a best-of-3 series.
Gragas tried to steal the blue buff with his ultimate. They had the ward and he launched it actually at Alistar. Tried to steal it, did not get it. Alistar Smite managed to pick it up instead, so pretty cheeky by Gragas to do that.
Yep, and
didn't work out in the end.
Yeah, good attempts. One of those things that was a good idea. Didn't really set him back too much. Not having the ult's not the end of the world because we're not really team fighting a whole lot at this point. There's not even been any serious ganks.
I think top lane Alistar is aiming to dive Irelia, but at this point Soraka's about to hit level 6, and that will most likely not be a good idea. Irelia forced to burn flash now.
Yeah, and basically trade flash for a Kennen ultimate there. Which, not a bad trade for Kennen.
Ooh. Oh! Leona misses her spell. She misses her dash.
And Mundo getting on to Morgana here, but not really in time to do anything. We do have Corki and Leona coming into the jungle.
I think Mundo wanted to make a play on their blue buff. On their red buff, I mean. And gets... As soon as he walked in there, he saw Morgana. Did not want to try to play with that because Morgana can actually burst down Mundo if she has Ignite, so not the safest spot for him to be in. And Gragas went for a beautiful race steal.
Yep, they not only got the wraiths, but actually got some damage onto Morgana there, so really beneficial there.
Middle lane, 81 CS for Morgana. to Gragas' 78. So great spell shield right there, keeping himself from being displaced by Gragas' ultimate. So Morgana, spell shield is basically the primary reason why people ban Morgana, because the ability to block any CC, literally any CC or any damage that is magical, is just unvaluable. There is so many uses for that, and it is just so good. I cannot.
Leona whiffing the ult again. They're still going in bottom here, trying to get damage onto Soraka. Soraka will fall. Good job getting first blood there. And it looks like Alistar will get out without taking too much damage.
Fantastic lane gank by Alistar. Alistar Leona really in sync right there. Leona even flashed to use her entire combo. She used her Zenith Blade as well as her ultimate. And they still picked up, and then a little bit of pressure on Alistar to follow up with the combo. Don't miss the combo, and he did not, so well done by him.
Yep, very, very good. And a great job getting first blood there. Should be able to push some damage onto the turret here. We'll see how well Kog'Maw can farm at his own turret.
On top lane we have Irelia with 94 CS, opting to go with the same build as before, the double Doran's Blade, so DPS style Irelia once more. To double Doran's, I think she's going to go with the Wriggles again. She'll most likely have to go with Wit's End early or Mercury Treads against this team. I don't see why Wriggles would be a good choice. Wriggles gives armor and then they're mostly magical damage, so most likely not a good idea.
Yeah, interesting pick. Oh, going on to Soaz here, trying to get some decent amount of damage, but no real threat of a death there once the lightning rush was going. So good escape from Soaz. Gonna go ahead and go back here. Good attempt from Irelia though.
Irelia has the life steal from her Doran's Blades as well as a passive regeneration from E10 style, so she's gonna be able to out-sustain Kennen quite easily, especially since Kennen didn't even pick up the revolver. He just went from needlessly large rod right now, so he'll most likely be going back for a revolver next trip and possibly an hourglass. Hourglass will most likely be the first item from Morgana and Kennen. That way they can team fight exceptionally well without being focused down.
Yeah, Hourglass is really important on Morgana because you're relatively squishy and you have to get into the middle of team fights for your ult to be effective. So it's usually one of the first items we see picked up, and shouldn't be any exception here. Chasing on Morgana, but a good binding landed there.
Yeah, it gets hit by the cleaver and the ultimate and the barrel roll from Gragas, but spell shield once again saving the day. I'm just gonna hover over her and see what level she has at. She's still level 1 spell shield, so she's just using it to save herself from any CC. When you keep one level on it, you just stopping CC. When you start adding multiple levels on it in laning phase, you're looking to block damage. Now in the laning phase right now, I don't see any way. And the aggression goes out on Corki, on Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw taking so much damage from Corki. The true damage and ignite managed to burn through Soraka's heal. Soraka's heal was doing nothing while Kog'Maw's heal was down. So very well played by AAA, acknowledging that they did not have summoner spells and managing to pick up the second kill for Corki while not making the play on blue buff that they wanted to do. Alright, they're too low to take blue buff.
Yep, and very good job. You actually made a really good call at the beginning of this game. You said that since they didn't have Urgot this time, that Leona was going to be way more powerful. And that's exactly what's happening here. This time when they go in with that Leona ultimate, Corki's just able to burst down either Soraka or Kog'Maw because they're both such low health. You know, last game we didn't see that because you jump in and try to burst Urgot and he just shields and walks away.
Mid tower is taken from Morgana, so first tower going to AAA, gonna start putting that gold lead, that gold advantage, and now Alistar roaming around. They're not spotted. They are not seen. Navi has no idea what they're doing right now, and they are going for the tower dive. They're waiting for Corki and Leona to converge on these guys. They want to dive this. They can do it with Alistar so easily. And they're going right now. Uh-oh. They're going to go up top lane.
Oh,
And that is
Soraka's
Soraka.
gone. Kog'Maw might be able, yeah, Kog'Maw should be able to get out, but I think that's basically the way this lane's been going with Leona and with that gank there. They're just catching one of these two
Wow.
guys out every time.
On top lane, if you just missed it,
I missed it. I'm going to go back and see it
Irelia
again.
two-shot cannon. Literally two-shot him. She E'd him and then
Oh,
ignite
wow.
and a couple of autos and just insta-killed Kennen.
That was an incredible amount of damage. Great job there from Irelia.
Morgana gonna ult this. Gonna make sure she can keep these guys there. And will ignite pick him up. No. Mundo's ultimate. Too powerful. Doing as he pleases. How he pleases. And in good fashion. So Morgana blowing flash for Mundo. Mundo didn't even stutter. He didn't even use exhaust for that.
And they're able to take top turret as well. A lot of damage onto that second bottom turret, though. Don't know if that was necessarily worth it if that turret falls here with the next wave.
And now the first tower for Navi going down, which is top lane from Irelia. Irelia doing exceptionally well against Kennen right now. 20 CS ahead, 1 kill. Quite powerful at this point.
And could be a little bit of
the
trouble
aggressive
for
went
against
down on Alistar and Leona. We're going for the dive. Gragas manages to use the ultimate and gets binded. Can he live through the dark soil, tormented soil? Yes, Soraka ultimate saves his life. Soraka so overpowered.
And we could have some trouble here for
Oh, that is a dead Corgi.
Yellow Star. Yeah,
That
he's
is a
going to
dead
go down
Corgi.
here. Using the heal, but it shouldn't be enough. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Valkyrie might get him back to turret.
Can he? Oh, he
Are they
dodges
going to
it.
dive? They are not going
Oh.
to dive. Probably a wise decision there.
Manages to live. I think Mundo took that kill for granted. Kennen's so low right now. He got basically one shot by Irelia once more. Mundo gonna go in for a Morgana. She does not have spell shield. It's back up right now. Manages to bind her. And she is dead. Manages to get Mundo away, but Gragas is there to meet her. Gragas is there.
Oh, the
Gragas
flash
ultimate
right
there.
out of the ult.
Kennen flashes away, and the body slam.
This is
misses.
incredible. Just how
Oh.
far this chasing has gone has been amazing. Mundo almost dying twice.
Mundo's burning agony and Mercury Trade save him from the dark binding from sticking too long, and actually manages to save his life. That's why CC reduction is so powerful.
Wow. And that was just impressive. Mundo, in the same fight, almost died twice. Gets out because of Merc Treads and because of heal help. Really, really good job there.
And now the game is actually even in Golden right now. 400 gold difference in the favor of AAA. So Navi being able to capitalize on the mistakes that AAA has been making and is closing the gap minute by minute. They're getting closer, and this dragon would be the thing that take them, propel them to the advantage, and I think they're gonna take it. They do. They get the dragon and actually pull 700 gold ahead.
Yeah, that'll help out a bit. But we do have AAA sweeping around here. They might get in behind them.
It is warded.
They both have wards, though, so they both know the other team is there.
AAA wants to initiate it though, but Navi can pick him off with Gragas, and they will not know.
Yeah, that's the
They
problem.
will
In a
know.
small space in the jungle like that, that Gragas ult is really going to displace your team and split everybody up.
And blue buff popped, but Gragas was not able to steal it or do anything about it. Was very scared to get headbutt pull comboed by Alistar, or just snared by Morgana. They just have so much CC. He has to be extremely careful about moving around the map without any large amount of vision. One ward is not enough to say that he's safe. Meanwhile, Mundo picking up the oracles, gonna be looking to clear the wards, make sure that map control stays within the hands of Navi.
Oh, Kennen could be in trouble. Okay, backing off pretty quick. I was going to say, there's no ward to tell these guys are coming, but having no coverage and no turret, always just a good idea to get out of there. Aurelia going to take a couple waves of farm here. It'll be interesting to see if we go back to a laning phase. It looks like teams are kind of starting to group up now, and 20 minutes is a decent time to stop laning. We've seen much longer, and we've seen much, much shorter in this event.
Mundo not going to be clearing the ward on the Baron pit right now, just because he sees Leona and does not have further coverage inside their blue buff. So going for that ward, he's going to be putting himself in the position right next to Baron. Not having flash is not where you want to be, so he's just going to leave that ward be and then clear it later when it's much safer. And actually picks up a Spirit Visage right now, so he's going to be a lot harder to kill. His ultimate's going to be healing him by quite a bit. And what I like about this is that Spirit Visage, if you didn't know, actually increases summoner heal effects as well as spell vamp and every Soraka heal and such healing effects. So basically, when Soraka uses her heal, Mundo's Spirit Visage is gonna affect that on him. So he's gonna be healing for massive amounts. Couple that with his ultimate, he's gonna be one tough guy to bring down.
And Linak probably lucky there they didn't try to react to that Baron, because he was by himself and didn't really have a whole lot of his team around. At this point it doesn't really matter because most of Against All Authority is up there. Corki the only one missing, so if they do choose to engage here, it's a 4-on-5, which while not great is still much better than a 1-on-5.
Mundo going in, actually face checks and gets bursted down immediately by Ignite. Soraka uses the heal to save him, Leona ults him. Cannon drops immediately to Aurelia. Aurelia picks up Morgana as well, and Kog'Maw kills everything from afar while not being focused down. And that is a 0 for 3 exchange while Corki was bottom lane, farming the lane.
And that Mundo just getting lucky again.
Decided to engage. I don't know why they decided to engage that. That was a poor decision. So
And
Aurelia picking up many kills.
Yeah, that's going to make Aurelia even tougher to deal with. Navi not choosing to Baron there, probably because Mundo had to go back at this point. But we'll see if they... Yeah, all of Against All Authorities back up now. I don't know if it's really worth them trying to go for Baron. Probably better off just trying to find a way to pick up some more farm.
And Morgana didn't even use Hourglass during that entire team fight. She got hit so hard by Aurelia. I think she got caught off guard by the amount of damage she was putting out. Maybe did not expect that.
And she was still moving forward, so probably trying to position correctly for the ult before popping that. But unfortunately just burst down way too quickly.
And Leona actually wanting to pick up Mundo was actually using her ultimate to try to kill him with about 100 health when he had his ultimate up. So pretty big mistake there to try to kill the Mundo as a support when he has his ultimate up. There's really no way that's going to happen because he's just so hard to bring down. And as you saw, Soraka's ultimate, Soraka's heals just basically kept him alive through the entire fight and made him such a bait. He baited the damage from AAA so hard. He baited the CC and allowed Kog'Maw and Aurelia to just melt through everybody. Kennen got 2-shot by Aurelia, and that's not even exaggerating.
And looks like Navi forming up possibly for a Baron here. They have been clearing wards, but there's one left. Nah, Mundo's going back. They're not going to try to Baron without him.
Navi definitely has a very quick Baron with Kog'Maw and Aurelia, coupled that with Mundo. Mundo's cleaver, of course, deals percentage-based damage as based on the current health of the target. Since Baron has such high health, his cleavers are going to be chunking Baron for very high amounts.
Yeah, and we do have Against All Authority now kind of up towards... It seems like both teams keep contemplating Baron. They head towards it, but they haven't had quite the advantage they're looking for to actually fight it. Just kind of go in, clear out wards, and every time it seems like they're about to start it, they back off. So I think it's really going to take another big team fight over something else, possibly Dragon, possibly a turret, and then we'll see a reaction to Baron here.
Now what's happening here is that, okay, Aurelia's face checking this against their Leona Corki. Are they going to follow this up? Most likely not. They should have though. They should have, but they don't know that Gragas and Mundo are MIA. That was a 3-on-5 engage, but since they don't have ward coverage, they did not engage on it because they're unaware of the position of the other two. So Morgana Cannon just opted to back out. Not gonna bother with that.
Yeah, and Mundo able to grab Dragon, so they end up trading Dragon for a turret. The turret was giving a little bit of Baron control, which was nice, but the Dragon is the extra gold. So both teams, really no one coming out that far ahead in that exchange. But you're right, if they had continued that engage, they had a 3-on-5, just no knowledge that Gragas and Mundo weren't there to support.
Now, AAA's team comp is a team fighting comp, 5-on-5. Everybody press R at the same time and kill everybody. And they just haven't done that. They have not been grouped together as 5 and done a clean 5-on-5 engage in which they all use their spells at the same time. So still, there's no reason to count them out in this fight. They still have a very, very strong team comp, and I think they're much stronger in a 5-on-5 engage than Na'Vi.
Yeah, it looks like Na'Vi going for a blue steal now. I don't think there's any wards up, so I don't believe this has been spotted by Against All Authority. They're still fairly spread out. So this blue going on to Kog'Maw here is going to give them a really, really strong fight at Baron. I think they may just be going ahead and going in after it.
They're not. They spot the ward. Gragas, oh my god, Gragas with the body slam into it. Irelia just two-shotting Corki out of the battle. Leona being silenced and focused out by Kog'Maw immediately. Corki going down to Irelia in 2 hits. And again, they're fighting a not... They're splitting up and not fighting how their team comp should be fought.
Yep, and it looks like even if they don't kill anyone else here, Na'Vi should be able to turn this into a Baron fairly easily. Yeah, the Lightning Rush is going to probably get Kennen out of range of being attacked there. They're going to still try to chase him down, but I don't think it's going to stick. Yeah, they just need to go back and take Baron at this point. Very, very good job. I thought Gragas was crazy when he went through there. There was going to be too much damage, but Irelia did an awesome job of getting right on Corki, which was all of the damage out of the people who were there. And once Corki was out of the fight, it was just time for Na'Vi to start picking people off.
Irelia's damage output on Corki was absolutely monstrous. She managed to, in about 3 hits and 2 spells, get him down to less than 10%, less than 20% I mean. And now they're going to go in on this 3v5 while they're putting Irelia to tank Baron. Very smart move. They popped their Zanya's Hourglass. But Kennen did not pop his Hourglass. Actually he did, but he popped it early, so he took quite a bit of damage. And now they're going to get Baron off it. Anyways. Oh, Leona with the making Irelia tank Baron. And now Corki going to go down to Ignite. And that actually somewhat benefited AAA.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they stopped the Baron there. Looks like Na'Vi's going to go for this middle turret, but they're no longer able to Baron. They're just going to have to back up here and regroup. So, yeah, I didn't think they were going to gain anything by going in there and trying to stop that, but they prevented the Baron. You can't ask for too much more than that in a 3-on-5.
What I really like that AAA was doing was they made Irelia tank Baron. They know that Irelia is at the point where nobody can fight her, and the only one that can fight her is basically not them. So they made Baron do the damage to her. So when they first engaged on that, Alistar actually pulverized, headbutted Irelia out of Morgana ultimate into Baron pit, while Baron was still being aggressive. So then she started tanking quite a bit of damage from Baron, and then right at the last second, when everybody split, Leona actually jumps in on Irelia while she's next to Baron and makes her die just because Baron damage was still hitting her. If you didn't know, Baron aggroes whoever is closest to it, so if you don't want to get hit by Baron, you just stay further away from it and make sure that there's somebody else in between you and Baron, or at least closer.
Yeah, and that's good because it gives players a way to rotate who Baron's damaging when they're trying to Baron.
Exactly. Now Kog'Maw has red buff and is almost has an Infinity Edge.
And Na'Vi, it looks like going towards Baron again, but I think they're just trying to bait at this point. They just had trouble with a 3-on-5 in Baron pit. A 5-on-5 would not do them much better.
Yeah, but again, I've still yet to see the 5-on-5 engage that we should be seeing from AAA. Their team comp revolves around it, and now they're going to go for the Baron with Kog'Maw, Irelia, Mundo. And can AAA react? Can Navi react quick enough? They will, but they're being engaged on by Mundo. Gets
Oh,
binded.
great binding.
And
Here
so
comes the
Morgana
cannon
gets
ult.
focused down. Morgana gets silenced. It was not able to use